Welcome to the Lucas and Simon Science Show. Today we will be talking about double displacement reactions. Atoms, they are, well, what make up everything. Atoms are pretty small. Just a pin of a needle is made up of 5 million atoms. That's right, we didn't get the number wrong. That's actually 5 million. That's a 5 followed by 12 zeros. The crazy thing is, there are smaller things within atoms which give them their specific properties. These smaller things are protons, which have a positive charge, neutrons, which have a neutral charge, and electrons, which have a negative charge.
Every possible thing you can think of is made up of atoms, as they are the building blocks of everything in this universe. So what happens when there are different amounts of electrons, protons, and neutrons in an atom? Well, that's when the interesting part comes in. Because with different combinations of different subatomic particles, different elements become present. Each element has its designated amount of protons, electrons, and neutrons too. So what happens when an electron gets taken away or added to the atom? Those are called ions. An ion can become positive or negative depending on how many electrons there are compared to protons and neutrons. If there are more electrons in the atom, then it becomes a negative ion. If there are less electrons in the ion, then it's a positive one.
Elements tend to react with each other in very unique ways, as well as commonly mix with other elements to form compounds. Sometimes elements almost act like TV show characters. One example of an element acting this way is a category of double displacement. Essentially, double displacement reactions are when two compounds chemically react with each other so that the positive ions and the negative ions both react, switch places, and create new compounds. So you may be wondering, what do double displacement reactions have to do with elements acting like characters? Well, let's look at a double displacement reaction to hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide.
Let's pretend that the elements in each of these compounds are in their own separate relationships. These elements are completely happy in the compounds that they're in, but one day, these compounds are both introduced to each other. In this case, the chlorine and the hydrogen oxide end up switching with each other so that the hydrochloric acid turns into H2O and the sodium hydroxide turns into sodium chloride. Opposites attract, and that can even be said for the atoms, as the reason that a double displacement reaction happens is because the cation, or the positive ion, and the anion, or the negative ion, are both attracted to each other because they are both oppositely charged. Atoms are what make up everything in the universe. They have different properties to make up different things, and they're what allows for the world to have so many different, things. Without atoms, where would we be in life? We'd be nothing. Well, that was it. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you.
The Science Show!
Pianos! Whose idea was this?